Let's kill it. I'm getting me another beer, I tell you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Epic Film Guys podcast. Nick's here. Justin went to get a beer, I think. Are you back yet?
Yes, I am.
I almost thought I heard popcorn crunching, and I was like, God, is he here?
No, he's not.
I think it was just the sound of you picking up your headphones or whatever. But yes, we are here, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about whatever fun things we decided we're going to talk about tonight. We've got some trailers tonight, epic previews, making its return to the show once again. Justin's going to regale us with fun stories about soy sauce, and that's...
Things happen, man, you know, and we're going to talk about those things that happen. By the way, I'm Justin.
No, you're not.
And I'm one of the Epic Film Guys, because we are called the Epic Film Guys podcast. I just kind of wondered. I thought of that the other day, and that's what I'm questioning it now, because I'm like, it's been so many years we've had that name, and I was wondering just how epic we really are. Like, are we really epic? I don't know if we. I don't know.
Like, are we the podcasting equivalent of like the biggest of the big mega blockbusters? Like, are we the Avengers Infinity War of podcasts?
Or are we the Transformers Age of Extinction level of podcast?
Well, I mean, I think we're definitely that, at least. I mean, we have to at least be that. Give us some claim to fame, goddamn.
Are we a Transformer that makes fart noises? Is an exceedingly racist stereotype for no reason? Oh man, that's I would hope not. God damn it, man.
Revenge of the Fallen. We're also going to be recording a mini-sode tonight for Tomb Raider, the new Roar.
I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry.
I said it on Facebook when I checked into the movie earlier. I said it sounds like something a Klingon would yell. So
I'm bad at names, dude. I still call Denis Villeneuve Denise. So
Denise
I'm sorry.
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. Hey, dude, I had a guy the other day. I forgot I was at a bar somewhere. Actually, it was last night. I'll talk about that in a minute where I was, and I was buying a drink, and I had to give my card for a tab, and they're like, "What's the last name? Escobar?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's Escobar, like, all right."
That's me. Oh my God. Why don't we, you know what? You mentioned booze, and now I feel like we got to talk about it because you mentioned booze. So Justin, I got to know, what are you drinking?
I'm back. Puke and rally. Give me a beer.
And I'm going to cut right in here before you even get the chance to try to sneak in here and steal it away from me. Justin, I've got to know. What have you got guzzling down your gullet this evening? Drink the booze.
Booze.
Tell me about the mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel. Yes, sir. I am drinking Cortez and His Men. It is an India Pale Ale hopped with Citra, El Dorado, and Chinook. Is that how you say it? Chinook?
I think Chinook.
Chinook.
Like the helicopter.
Oh. Okay, so this beer, major pineapple on the nose. Got some clementine, pillowy mouthfeel. Yeah, that mouthfeel.
Pillowy.
And yeah, dude, it's got like a slight West Coast bitterness for an Aslan beer. That's right, an Aslan beer. So yeah, it is what it is. It's 7% alcohol by volume. Who the fuck ever knows what the IBUs are on these things? Because it does not matter. And as all of their beers always are, it's enjoyable. It's good. It's not one of my favorites, but I had to get it, so it's good. Wow. I enjoyed it. I like it. And can I have a Grant?
And give Give Justin a grant. Rich.
I don't even need to try to.
You know why they're so odd? Because they can afford to be.
Afford to be. Yeah, they can. They can afford to be. Look at this mirror.
What a story, Mark.
I know, right? It really is. But what do you got, man? What is in your hand? What are you drinking? What are you chugging?
No, I'm not going to do it. No, you can't make me do it. All right. Well, I am.
You must.
You're drinking some Aslan. You're drinking some Aslan. I am drinking a really good beer that I actually have had before. I'm a big fan of it. I decided to switch up styles for this week, so I am going with the Two Roads Brewing Persian Lime Goza, and it's just fantastically sour, good lime flavor up front. One of my favorite Gozas, and I don't have many of them, so that's saying a lot. This is a really fantastic beer. And Justin, do you know what I had during the patron-only segment of the show? Just finished it before we rolled in with Jordan Green there.
No clue. I have no idea.
I had a nice, cool, crisp, carbonated glass of the Belgian, baby. She's ready.
Oh, what?
I cracked.
What?
Yep. I cracked one of the 12-ounce bottles, and those were kind of the holdouts. Like, the growlers were doing okay. And finally, the growlers woke up, and finally they got going. But then the 12-ounce bottle finally finished, so I finally got to have an actual, real bottle of the Belgian. By far the best brew I've ever made. And there's a lot of fucking alliteration in there. Bees everywhere. Best beer that I've made so far. It is fantastic. You get so many notes of like darker fruits. You get like your fig in there, maybe like some plum. And it's just got that nice kind of Belgian candied taste on the back end of it. You got a little bit of sweetness. You get that booziness to it. Raisiny flavor, maybe. It's all a nice symphony of all sorts of different things. Every time I taste it, I kind of get a little something different out of it. But man, it's good. It's fucking good, dude. I can't wait to send you home with some of it. And the Hopsters chocolate milk, baby. I brewed it last night. The Hopsters chocolate milk, a milk chocolate sweet stout, is currently fermenting in my closet right now. She is bubbling like crazy. Really, really active phase of fermentation right now. And dumpster juice, Justin, I'm bottling it this weekend. I can't wait to
I'm
taste
excited
that
as hell,
dumpster
man.
Juice, man.
I'm super excited.
I've got so much fucking beer floating around my house and so many ingredients. Like I can make like another, like I still got to make that heady clone, and I need a mash tun or some kind of like DIY mash tun. So I'm going to try to kind of do that a little bit. But yeah, I still have that heady clone to make. I still really, really want to make that because I really feel like that can be good too. But yeah, that's kind of where I am with homebrew right now. So hopefully, where I'm a little over a year into it at this point. And man, I think it really took me a year to hit my stride. We'll see how dumpster juice and the Hopsters chocolate milk turn out. But I really think they're going to be some good beers, Justin. I really think I've kind of started crossing that threshold to where I'm going to start producing better and better and better beer. Here's hoping, man. Here's hoping.
I'm happy for you, and I'm happy for myself, because that means whenever I come up to see you.
For you, because like, especially with this much beer in the house, like you'll show up. I still have, like, I've cracked one growler of the Belgian today. I still have 5 growlers of that shit, and I have 5 gallons of both dumpster juice and the chocolate milk down. So I'm making big batches now. So like when you roll, like when I know you're coming into town, I'm just going to put a growler of like each kind of beer I have in the fridge, and we'll just fucking get wasted.
I'm totally cool with that. And the cool thing about that is you're so close to where my wife's parents live, where she's staying. She doesn't care if I just like stay the night on your couch, because I'm like, hey, babe, I'm only 2 miles down the street.
Well, because you can always just go throw up behind a CVS and then drive home in the morning. So
you know what? I think I want to make a trend out of that. Like, if I'm going to puke, I'm like, no, I'm not going to puke in Nick's place. I'm going to go drive down the street and puke next to that CVS. Why not, dude?
After a few visits up here, it's going to start getting mighty ripe down there.
Well, it is Endicott, to be fair, so I don't think many people will notice the stench.
Yeah,
but
it is true.
Dude, so I last week on the show mentioned, we were talking about DC. I think I was. Wait, what did we talk about last week? I don't really remember. But we talked about DC. We were talking about Justice League. And I had mentioned I was curious about where Justice League was going to land in the top Blu-ray movie sellers chart. Yeah. And I'm surprised to say that right now, the Justice League 4K is the #1 trending Blu-ray. The regular Blu-ray is the #4 trending Blu-ray, only below The Shape of Water. And
See, why
on the
is
top
the 4K
seller charts.
Why is the 4K the one that's trending more? I would feel like
Well,
the
I'll
better
tell you
visual
why.
clarity you get out of the film, the worse it's going to look.
No, dude, actually, like the reviews, and me and Lois had this discussion a little bit last night on my trip to the city in New York. Is that a lot of studios are really, if they know they're doing an Ultra 4K release of something, they're not putting the effort into the regular Blu-ray that they would.
How dare
so
you?
the review for the Ultra 4K of Justice League, and I have not watched it myself yet, so I can't give my own personal review, but it's really good, actually. They're saying that, the colors are there, because a lot of what the HDR really does is boost the color spectrum. So as far as the actual top seller, it's number 3 behind Thor Ragnarok, which has been out for 2 weeks now, and it's actually behind Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, who's at number 1 right now.
It's the funniest
sellers.
thing too, because I was actually going to go see Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle this past weekend. And then we just happened to go walk by a Redbox machine and saw that it's at the top of their coming soon for tomorrow. It literally hits Redbox tomorrow. So we were it's still playing in theaters. Right now, I could go to AMC tomorrow and see it, and it's in Redbox already.
Dude, it's the craziest thing. That's probably one of the fastest films I've seen jump from theater to home video.
Which is crazy considering how popular it is. It's kind of amazing to me that they rushed it to disc this fast.
Well, dude, it's doing really well. It stayed in theaters for a long time. Loisas only saw it, I think, 3 weeks ago or so. Yeah.
It's crazy.
A lot of people will have to, even though we don't usually review films, Nick, that we've seen that have been come out on Blu-ray already, that often, maybe we should, because I haven't seen it yet. You haven't seen it. Maybe we should give it a shot.
No.
We should throw it out to our listeners, and we should see what they think.
We should put a poll up. Is that what you're saying?
Another poll? Are you a fan of the poll now? Are you? Hey, man, you should be happy. You told me how happy you were that I put the poll up so that you actually did have to go see Black Panther, and you really, really loved it. You enjoyed it a lot.
True.
So
That's true. I did enjoy it, so I was glad that I did get a chance to go see it. I do want to see Jumanji, though. I do want to see it. I just didn't get the chance to, unfortunately. Yeah. And I know a lot of people that really enjoyed it a lot more than they thought they were going to.
Yeah. So, dude, it stayed in theaters for that long. But on the subject of polls and Black Panther, it's pretty crazy to think right now that the film that we're going to be doing a review of this evening, Tomb Raider, did not take out Black Panther at the box office, man. It did not. It did not. Black Panther right now,
Denny, no one's talking about you right now.
The Avatar record for 7 consecutive weeks at number 1. And it's at 6 right now. So it took out Tomb Raider, man. It's a monster right now. But the question is, Nick, and I wanted to throw this to you on the show here in the introduction of the show. How does that fare for other franchises? How does that make it how is that going to affect other films when there's a Marvel film that comes out in February and it's number 1 for say 6-7 weeks, and then you have another big Marvel movie coming at the end of April? I feel like that in Star Wars, it's Disney. It goes back to that whole discussion of the monopoly. If Disney owns all these properties and all these films are coming out and literally destroying the box office, it's not really giving much of an opportunity for smaller action adventure films or, whatever action movies or whatever it may be to shine at the box office.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be realistic here. And Black Panther, I really, really enjoyed it. A lot of people really, really enjoyed it, but it was released in February. It is the dominant force at the box office. It is right now because it was released in February. This would not be holding the box office this long if it were a summer release. It just wouldn't be, because blockbusters just crowd each other out in the summertime. One smashes another one out of the way.
That's the case, though. I mean, it's crazy to think that one movie's been at the box office for that long. And you're totally right, though, when it comes down to the fact that it was released in February. I just worry the idea of, Disney finally taking out 20th Century Fox and bringing in all their properties. So the monopoly that it's going to have on other movies, it's just a little sad for me to see a movie like Tomb Raider not even make enough money to actually take out Black Panther on its opening weekend.
Yeah, it kind of is, but at the same time, there's a big reason why Tomb Raider didn't. And it's because it carries that big, huge stigma of the video game movie, where a lot of people just are not sold on the idea that they're adaptable properties yet. A lot of people are not sold on the idea of whether or not you can actually make a great video game movie. And was Tomb Raider one? we'll have to find out in that mini-sode that we're going to record coming up here.
I can't wait to talk about it
pretty soon. But yeah, I think, like I said, it's not that Black Panther's not great, but like I said, fair's fair. It's a February release. What comes out in February? Nothing. Like literally, it's right after the Oscars usually, or in the run up to the Oscars. So what do you see getting thrown into bigger theaters? Oscar stuff, which a lot of people don't go to see and which don't break the bank. I mean, they have a good per screen average, but they're not exactly knocking it out of the park, making hundreds of millions of dollars or anything like that. So, like I said, fair's fair. And I mean, you're releasing it against the likes of Tomb Raider, and next week we got Pacific Rim coming, and these films are just not the scope and scale. I mean, like Pacific Rim it may sneak it away.
I'm hoping it does. I mean, and it's nothing against Black Panther. I loved it. I love how it succeeded. I love how much money it's made. I'm loving the success that it's had. But I just worry in the back of my head that other films and other franchises aren't going to be able to prosper as much as they used to because Marvel's going to have the market. Marvel and Star Wars. So are those going to be the only two big properties that bank at the box office? Well, we were just talking about Jumanji, but I mean, it's a different kind of movie altogether. It's just, I hope that it doesn't become a trend where it's harder for smaller action adventure films or, whatever it may be to shove its way in there and take number one. So
yeah, they have the potential there, especially once, Disney really, starts getting their fingers into all these Fox properties. Of course, that merger is still, probably years away from actually, being approved and us seeing its effects.
I sure hope not, Nick, because I really, really want my despecialized editions of the Star Wars trilogy on Ultra 4K. I know how excited you are for me. I know that you want me to have it. I know that you are happy about the idea of it, and you want me to be able to watch that at my home on home video. Yeah. I know it. I know you're really excited for all the fans. You would actually, if you could, you would hand deliver it to me and say, here you can watch it. I'm not going to watch it, but I'm going to hand it to you so you can watch it.
Stop ganging up on me.
Denny, this has nothing at all to do with you.
Poor Denny. He's like bald now, actually. I think he's bald. He is bald, I think.
Fuck up, Denny.
I mean, he still looks like
really
he's like
overweight.
10, but at the same time, it's like
he's like an overweight. An overweight, bald young man. How did you get so fat and bald so young?
Oh my god! But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Pacific Rim does. I think it's interesting. But then we've got Ready Player One, and given a lot of, I mean, there's been some negative reviews in there, but I've also seen some extremely high praise for it. So I really think Ready Player One will definitely be the film to topple it if Pacific
It definitely
Rim
will.
doesn't.
There's no question there. It's Spielberg. There's some hype behind it. I know that one will definitely take.
There are the detractors of the novel, like director Brennick and Loisos both hate the novel, but there are a lot of people out there that absolutely love it. So it'll be really, really interesting to see if who knows. But Spielberg, even if it is a bad novel, could have taken it and turned it into something great.
Let's face it here. He's one of the best directors still alive on this planet. He's made, I mean, if you look at the numbers, he's the one man still on this planet that you could say, respectively, made the most good movies.
Speaking of,
just saying.
Speaking of Spielberg movies, I was calling EFG history clips as I always do. And 2 years ago on the show, when we did our Man of Steel retrospective, we talked about how Indy 5 was going to get made. And wouldn't you know it, somebody just posted it to the page today. I think you did.
I did. That's right. It has a start date next spring.
Fucking damn
next spring. Spielberg confirmed.
That was 2 years ago. And then so at this point, like we were talking back then, how Harrison Ford's going to be like 78 when the film comes out. The motherfucker's going to be like over 80 years old.
I can't believe it's been that long. But that was at the point, if I recall, that they were still talking about the idea of Chris Pratt coming in and taking over the role.
Why is this?
And he was in the talks for the role.
Why is this still a thing? Like I love Harrison Ford and I love Indiana Jones, except for sort of the Crystal Skull. Even though I'm not really the hater on it, as many people.
No, neither of us are. Neither of us are the haters. I mean, I like to be a contrarian when it comes to that, but I mean, no.
What the fuck?
I know what you mean.
Is he going to be sitting in a wheelchair, like fucking whipping like imaginary people because he's got dementia or some shit?
Dude, I think that we've seen the last old man run out of Harrison Ford in Blade Runner. He did the old man run in The Last Jedi. We see the old man run again in Blade Runner. I don't know how many times they can get him to do the old man run. Like, I don't think he'll be able to do the old man run by the time they start shooting that. But, if Spielberg's doing it, he has to have some kind of idea. I mean, he's not senile. Spielberg is not a dumb guy. I think they have something there that they think they can get out of it.
I think what they need to do, if they want Indiana Jones to continue to be some kind of a decent franchise and something that's going to hold a modicum of respect going forward, I think they need to bring in, and who knows who it is, find that actor out there, or they go back and they do like more of a young indie thing.
Young Indiana Jones, which I enjoyed, dude. I loved that when they did that in the 90s.
Direction with it and make it like a bookended thing with Harrison Ford's like older version of Indy. I do not want to see Harrison Ford's 80-year-old ass getting cut around and like seeing his stunt double fucking whip people and jump around and shit when he's 80. Like, I do not want to see that shit.
Dude,
like, I'm sorry.
When you said that, Nick, I'm picturing him like trying to hold up the whip and his hand shaking, and then you just hear the sound effect of the
like, my God, like, come on. Like, at some point we have to step back. But if it was like some kind of film where it was like Harrison Ford, like older Harrison Ford, and maybe he's got some part of the adventure because it was something that he started when he was younger and most of it takes place in the past, but it's whatever. I don't care. I'm not the movie making genius here that Spielberg is. Figure it out, guys. But please, for the love of God.
I mean, again, they're doing it. So at
if
this
I gotta
point,
see fucking Harrison Ford like hanging off of vehicles at 80 fucking years old, I'm just gonna be like, no, just stop it. Like, it's elder abuse at this point, isn't it? Like,
dude, I think there's a law against that. Isn't there a law against this?
Yeah, if this was a nursing home, if the Indy 5 set was a nursing home, we'd be fucking calling like the authorities and shit and be like, come on, they're just abusing them at this point.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Harrison Ford can't get out of his wheelchair today, so we're just going to CG him running around. We're going to shoot him from the waist up. We're going to CG the legs.
We watch the special features. They'll just have like somebody else, like as the stunt double with like the CG suit going up to their waist, and you just see them all they're running and stuff, and then they'll
fuck it. Let's just CG together. Yeah, we're just going to composite his face on this guy's body. I love Harrison Ford. I really do, and it's. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I thought he was amazing at Blade Runner. He was great in The Force Awakens, but he is old.
I mean, he didn't have to do a lot of heavy lifting in Blade Runner in terms of action sequences. For the most part,
the fight scene though, the fight scene in the casino is pretty awesome though, dude.
Fine, but nonetheless, man, I mean, that was really cleverly shot, and it was dark, and there were flashy lights and stuff, so they could cut around his stunt double and stuff. Come on.
He did it all.
Like I said, it's fucking elder abuse at this. It's got to be elder abuse or something, man. We're going to roll into some history. We're going to take a break and go into some EFG history where we're going to talk about Man of Steel or whatever else is in the other episode that I haven't pulled clips from yet. I think Beauty and the Beast was a year ago.
Beauty and the Beast.
Homester and the Beast. I'm the Beauty and the Beast.
And I'm out of control. That's right.
Mm-hmm. No one bites like Gaston.
No one fights or bites like Gaston. We're crazy. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
This week in epic film history.
What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Son, this is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass!
That's what you call a dedicated, good, long-time listener of this show right there. Thank you very much.
I told you, I'm gonna just be fucking Michael Winslowing it up.
Fuck you, Michael! You're a fucking piece of shit!
Who the hell is Michael Winslow? That's what I almost said.
I don't fucking know. I don't knucking foe. I'm the man behind the mask.
I'm the Beauty and the Beast. That's the new version. I'm the Beauty and the Beast, Nick. Not just the Beauty or the Beast, but the Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, the Hopester's the Beast.
He's dead. He's gone. I heard he got hit by a car. It snowed yesterday.
We're not that lucky.
Well, he might be in intensive care, but I think he did get hit by a car, so I don't know.
Yeah, we're not that lucky.
Shut up, you weak, you baby! Shut up! Shut up, shut up, shut up!
This is the entertainment you get when you listen to the show for, what, 80 episodes now?
Oh, my God.
When you get fucking sound clips embedded in your head because you've listened to every single episode, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen.
By the way, once I finally do finish that best picture, once I finally do finish that
the best picture,
Dog. Does he want to let the people die? No. Holy shit, if that's what you got out of that scene, you are completely misreading it. All right. Again, as Justin said just a minute ago, Goyer's script does have some shitty dialogue in it and some really clunky exposition, but it's also full of these great moments which are kind of left up to the viewer's interpretation. Listen to the way that Costner, he damn near chokes on the word maybe as he says it, okay? The thought sickens him. You know, he knows he wants his son to help, but he's torn because he loves him and he wants to protect his son more than anything. And that's the great thing about this character. He doesn't want him to let people die, okay? He's pleading with Clark to be more careful and to realize the importance he'll have in the world one day, you know? And they actually mirror this later on when they're meeting at the base and they've come up with a way to stop the Kryptonians. You know, Lois says, you know, oh, if that thing's making the world more like Krypton, won't it kill you or whatever? And he says, maybe. He says it in exactly the same way that his father did. But then he follows it up with, I can't let that keep me from trying. Jonathan Kent's telling him the exact same fucking thing. He's telling him his actions have consequences, and he just wants him to think before he leaps into action.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for sticking with us on the Epic Film Guys podcast.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Well,
I will
wasn't anywhere
not.
near.
I will not.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 huge, gigantic, epic trailers landed this week. And it's kind of that thing that we do on the show when we talk about trailers that we like to call
Epic previews.
In the world of Endicott, New York and Herndon, Virginia, 2 epic film guys dissect the latest movie trailers in a segment we like to call Epic Previews.
And this evening, as Justin said, we've got 2 huge trailers to talk about. One for, I mean, literally the film to end all films. Maybe, probably, possibly. I don't know. We're, of course, talking about the new trailer, the second trailer for Avengers Infinity War.
The entire time I knew him, he only ever had one goal. To wipe out half the universe. If he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers. Just like that.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos.
But Justin, lay it on me, baby. What'd you think?
I mean, I can't lie, man. Pretty excited. You know, it's 10 years in the making. We've seen some weak Marvel films. We've bashed some Marvel films on this show. Our listeners, they know that.
Never once.
Well,
prove it.
You may be reformed Marvel now after Black Panther. But you know, like I really feel the energy in this trailer. I can't wait to see the film itself. However, I just come on, man. I had to endure the strong humor in Spider-Man Homecoming. Okay, I'm fine with it. Obviously, you're going to shove the humor down my throat in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I get it. Fine. Whatever. I'll deal with it. And yes, even, you know, literally everything I've gotten, even Thor Ragnarok, you're going to shove, like really, really shove the humor down my throat.
It's so hard not to push these buttons right now. I want to.
Fine, I'll take it. But really? Come on. The comedic beats thrown in this trailer, Nick, they just simply don't work at all. They take me out of it entirely.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
They don't work at all, and I think it's because of the rest of the tone of the trailer is very dark and very kind of ominous, and you see a lot of the Avengers in various forms of peril. So,
exactly.
Yeah, I don't think it works at all in terms of like, okay, yeah, let's just stop for a moment and have Star-Lord do a little quip, and let's have Spider-Man do a little quip here.
That's
whatever.
too cringeworthy. The whole Spidey ending, like, it ruins a really good trailer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When that happened,
it might just be one of those things that's just like thrown in there out of context. I mean, obviously, whatever. It might find a better footing in the film tonally, but yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's especially to end the trailer. I'm like, oh, come on.
Hey, people, just so you know, just to remind you, he's on the poster, but Spider-Man's in this movie. Doctor Strange is in this movie. Yes, the Guardians of the Galaxy are in this movie. We know. It's fine. But I
really
guess
hope that the film doesn't do that with Overkill. I hope it doesn't go overboard with like
I have a feeling
character
it won't,
introduction stuff like, oh, hey, we don't know you. Who are you? Who are you? Oh, yeah.
I think it'll be, I think the Russos are really great at everything they've done so far. I've been extremely happy with everything they've done. So, I mean, I feel like it'll be a passing by type thing. Like, oh, hey, who are you? Okay, well, let's move on to what we have to deal with. Like, none of these characters ever seem to care that much to, like, sit and mingle and make friends. So it'll make sense if it's done in passing and, okay, cool. They're thrust in this situation together. How can we overcome this character named Thanos and try to defeat him? And I can't say enough, man. They really polished the effects on Thanos. I think he looks fantastic in the trailer.
Yeah, I think he looks a lot better now than he did. This is overall, I think, the comedic bits aside, because you are correct on those, but I think this is a much stronger trailer than the first trailer was. And I don't know, I feel the kind of dark tone of it a lot more than I felt it in that first trailer, which, I mean, it was, there was still some darker stuff in that first trailer, but I don't know, I feel like this one's a far more effective trailer. I was actually really liking this trailer as well, which for Marvel trailers, say what you want about Marvel films, but Marvel trailers are usually
They've always
really
been really good. Dude, how was that? How great was in the beginning? You hear the Avengers theme, like, and it's the current trend right now to like take a theme, slow it down, put it on piano, and make it sound more dramatic. But I loved it when they did it in the beginning of this trailer. I thought it was great.
I think it worked really, really well. I don't have a lot to say about it, to be 100% honest. I mean, there's so many shots in this trailer, so much going on in terms of a lot of these action set pieces. This is going to be one of those films where you're going to have to watch it like 5 times to really digest. There's characters that I don't even remember seeing in this trailer. Like I don't think we've seen the Hulk in the trailer yet, have we?
I don't remember the first one all that much. I don't think we saw him. Maybe we did.
We might have, but I mean, even still, I mean, is it going to be character overload? Is it going to be one of those things where all the characters together are going to crowd out, what will hopefully be a very, very good villain arc for Thanos? I mean, Marvel's got to get it right villain-wise this time. They really have to. This is the biggest of the big. This is the baddest of the bad. They have to knock it out of the park here. They have to.
They legit have to, especially after, they have been building up, Nick. Even as much as you were not a huge fan of Ragnarok, I mean, you liked a lot about it. You even admitted that the villain was pretty good in that. So they've been building the past 4 movies. They've been doing slightly better with their villains.
Slightly better, but they can't do slightly better in Infinity War. It has to be.
They have to get
Thanos
there. They have to, yeah. They
definitely
have to
be the Thanos show. And I mean, like, you'll hear different reports and you'll read different stuff about whatever, that it is going to be like that. But then, like, is that really what we're going to get, though? Because all these trailers, I know it's trailers, and I know there are different companies that cut them together. You can only trust trailers so much. But are the trailers and are the films just going to be like literally like, oh my God, all these characters are together. Oh my God, all these characters are together. Oh my God, all these characters are together. And really just kind of forget to be like, oh yeah, there's this big badass galactic motherfucker running around who's just going to beat the shit out of everybody. That was a great shot, though. That is like one of the best shots in the trailer is the shot of Cap like holding the Infinity Gauntlet,
it, dude. Oh
like
my
holding
God.
his punch back.
I can't tell you enough, Nick. When I watched, because
I
won't even watch. I don't. He's one of my favorite characters that they've established in the MCU. I don't do trailers on my phone anymore. I've just outright completely refused to do it. So when a trailer hits now, I post it to the Epic Film Guys page. For those of you listening, if you're not following the Epic Film Guys Facebook, facebook.com/Epic Film Guys, all the newest movie trailers, as soon as they hit, literally the second they hit, I get notifications, man. They go up as soon as they happen. But like, I don't even watch it. I wait till I come home and I watch it on my TV. I just want to experience it in a more cinematic presentation, because I miss the days when you'd see a trailer like that for the first time in the theater. So I do the next best thing. But for me, that moment when you see Thanos like take a punch at Cap and him holding the fist and him gritting his teeth, I had goosebumps. I can't wait to see what happens with Cap. I know we're not going to get into the discussion like right now of who's going to die, because there's definitely going to be some fucking dying here. There's going to be some deaths in this shit. Like, there's no way around it. Someone's dying.
I feel like you have to kill off a beloved character too in order to really catalyze everything and in order to really make the stakes worth it. So we'll see.
Kill
we'll
Iron
see
Man. Kill his ass.
No,
Downey's done.
I don't care.
I've seen him enough.
I would just be happy.
I've seen
at this
his ass
point.
enough, man. Yeah. Seriously,
he mugs for enough screen time in these fucking Marvel movies.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd be like, yeah, finally. But then all they would talk about is him dying. Like the rest of the movie, they'd be like, oh man, I can't believe Tony's gone.
Is his new suit like a hoodie? Is that it? Is he just wearing a hoodie the entire movie?
I don't even fucking know. But yeah, I think we're excited about this. We may. I've been messaging Justin about it, but then he doesn't answer me when I message him about it, so I don't know if we're going to do it.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, man. You want to, at this point, go through all the MCU
I'm not saying
films?
We have to watch them all, but we can at least talk about them all. We may do like a little bit of a lead up in the month of April to Infinity War.
We'll see what happens.
Talk about the different Marvel phases, at least a little bit. We'll definitely talk about it a little bit.
Because to be fair, if we were to do that, you know that you'd have to watch, I think, 3 movies that you haven't seen yet, with Spider-Man: Homecoming, Doctor Strange, and what else didn't you see? There's one other.
Those are the only 2. I've seen all the rest.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I even forced myself to sit through Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which I would not do again. I would no,
oh, shush. You had some fun with it. You had some fun with it.
Fuck everything.
But moving on from there, because we both have our tickets already for Infinity War. If you haven't,
I do.
I don't know where you're at.
No, you know what? If you don't have your tickets for opening weekend by now, you're fucked. Because like when I went on there, the day they went on sale. Like it couldn't have been too long after they went on sale, and I have to see it on like Saturday at noon. Now
I'm seeing it on Friday night.
I could
dude.
not get good seats. Like there were like seats in the front row in the wings, and that was it for like opening night. Like tickets are gone, dude. Tickets are gone.
There was a huge ordeal, Nick, with Alamo Drafthouse and their app, and I was on, dude, literally, because I knew they were going to hit at 9 o'clock.
A release like this,
I know, it's bullshit. I was so pissed, man. So I'm seeing it actually at Dolby, at Tyson's Corner. So if you're going to be headed to that Friday opening weekend to the Dolby Cinema at Tyson's Corner, come say what's up to Epic Film Guy Justin. But yeah, dude, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet for opening weekend, you are pretty much shit out of luck. But moving on to the next big trailer that we're going to be talking about, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. It's going to be hitting cinemas November 16th this year. And, you know, like we're going to be doing our whole series leading up to that of all the Harry Potter films right now. If you've not listened to our Harry Potter episode for Harry Potter and I'm going to call it the Philosopher's Stone. I like that title better.
I like that title better too. It was a really fun episode to record. I can't wait to visit the other films in that series, especially the ones Justin hasn't seen, because in my opinion, he has not seen anywhere close to the best of the Harry Potter films yet. So it's really exciting. Really, really exciting.
Yeah,
Of course, that means you haven't seen the worst of them yet either. So
we'll see. I'm pumped to go through all of them, but you know, we're going to be doing that leading up to Fantastic Beasts 2, as we're calling it, and the first actual full trailer landed this last week. So I'm going to throw it to you, Nick, on your first initial thoughts on the trailer.
I have some questions for you, Professor.
This is a surprise.
There's a rumor that Newt Scamander is headed to Paris. I know he's working under your orders. What do you have to say for yourself, Dumbledore?
If you'd ever had the pleasure to teach him, you'd know Newt is not a great follower of orders.
Well, it's kind of funny because to date, I still have not seen the original Fantastic Beasts. I still have not watched it. So, like, for me, like, and of course this is David Yates, who directed every Harry Potter film since Order of the Phoenix. So it definitely has that distinctive Harry Potter-esque visual style to it. Like, there's nothing surprising here to me in terms of, like, the way that the set design looks, or the way that these shots look, the way that the effects look. Everything looks Harry Potter to me. I love that they're bringing Jude Law in as a young Dumbledore. Absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to see. I just love Dumbledore as a character, so I'm really, really excited to see what they're going to do with him. Johnny Depp is a haggard-ass looking motherfucker. I love that he's going to be, like, the bad guy of this whole... There's going to be 5 of these. You know that? 5 of these.
I know. When I'm looking at the information prior to us discussing this,
I can't believe
you
it,
see
man.
David Yates is signed up, or well, quote unquote, not even just kind of rumored to be signed up for 5 of them, dude.
Yeah, I don't even know who the hell else they would bring in. At this point, Yates is this franchise in terms of directing. Like, he established a really, like, it's not that Christopher Columbus and then Alfonso Cuarón, and I forget who directed Goblet of Fire, I can't remember, but once David Yates came in Order to the Phoenix, like, this series really took on like that kind of, it's a little bit more of a muted grayed out color palette, and it just got that kind of distinctive Yates visual style to it, where I don't even know if I'd want to see another director tackle it at this point.
Wow,
but,
that's pretty strong words, man.
I mean, you never know, but
yeah,
I mean, still, like, yeah, we've got 3 more of these coming after this. I think it looks really, really good. I love it. I love this universe. I can't wait to actually, I'm going to wait until we do the actual spotlight for Fantastic Beasts 1.
Before Fantastic Beasts, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to wait.
Sense,
I'm not even going to bother with it right now. I'm going to just wait until we get there. I'm going to watch all the Harry Potter films up to it and then watch it for our spotlight. But I can't wait. I really, really think that this looks really, really great. I'm kicking myself for not getting on that train, but I just couldn't get around to it when it first came out. So, yeah, this looks fucking fantastic. I can't wait.
Yeah, man. I kind of landed on seeing it in theaters opening night just because I really like Eddie Redmayne a lot. And even though I had not seen a lot of the other Potter films, it was kind of a way of me saying, hey, this is going to force me into wanting to watch the other ones, even though it's like a prequel of sorts. I really enjoyed the first one. It definitely wasn't the greatest, but I think it was really fun. And I loved the characters and I loved the world. There's a lot of people complaining about the fact that Johnny Depp is the villain in this. I don't know. Like, people are still like super sensitive and like, oh my God, Johnny Depp beat his wife. And I'm like, dude, really? Like, that's no, he didn't. Like, they never proved that. So shut up. Let him be the villain. He always plays a great villain. Let him fucking ham it up.
He's a great character actor.
Screen time.
I
he
really
is,
do.
Dude.
Man, don't get me started on that whole shit, because
I know
the whole Woody Allen thing has been Woody Allen. All of a sudden, like in like the early '90s, they went through all this fucking shit. They never found anything. They proved, or they sided with him, and they said that his fucking wife or whatever was coaching the one girl or whatever. And now all of a sudden, all these people want to drag him through the fucking mud again. It's like, come out with real proof or fuck off. Like, seriously. You shouldn't stand for this kind of behavior. Like, if there's fucking proof of it, if these people come out and admit it, whatever, fine. But you know what? Stop fucking dragging people through the mud just to drag people through the mud. Prove it or fuck off.
I mean, I know Johnny Depp spends like $100,000 a month on wine. So sure, maybe he got mad one night because he was drinking like 5 bottles of wine and maybe he yelled at you or something. But I don't know. Exactly. Proof or nothing. But like, I like him in the role. I'm excited to see where he's going to go with it. I'm still of the mind that he's a great character actor, like you said.
Yeah, definitely.
And I still think he's got a lot of performances left in him. He's still young enough to, we'll see. And I love Eddie Redmayne. So for me, this trailer, it didn't really necessarily tell me though, Nick, like where the story is going. We see some cool visual shots. And if you've seen the first Fantastic Beasts, you know who these characters are. So you kind of get their motivation a little bit.
Well, we do definitely get to go back to Hogwarts in this, which is just one of the most amazing places, like, period, to visit.
I think that shot there, that was fun for the fans, man.
I think we're headed back to Europe. I think they say Newt Scamander's headed to Paris in the trailer, so we're headed to Europe this time. I don't think it's set in America this time. So it's gonna be super interesting. It's gonna be super. You know what I would love for these Harry Potter films to do? Not to get off on too much of an aside about it, and I know Lois would probably chime in about it, but I really wish we got to see like the inner workings and like the interiors of some of these other magical schools. Like Grindelwald is from a different wizarding school, not Hogwarts, but from a different one. And I really wish we got to see like more of those. Like we got to see, and like Hogwarts is its own character in the Harry Potter films. So maybe we'll get a chance to like really explore another one of them later on in the series, but who knows? But that's just me, being a Harry Potter fanboy-ish, kind of.
Yeah, man, definitely. I know what you're saying, dude.
I think it looks great.
I'm pumped for this, man. Definitely. It's one to look forward to, and it comes out literally the week before my birthday, so it'll probably be my birthday movie, and I'm looking forward to it.
And keep looking forward to it, and keep listening to those Harry Potter spotlights. We're going to do one every single month in the lead up to Fantastic Beasts 2. So next month is the Chamber of Secrets. Ooh, baby. Justin, is that one of the ones that you've seen, or is that one of the ones that you did see or forgot about? Or
I have seen the first 4, but it was like legit, like the second, third, and fourth film, I saw them not long after they came out each. Joe Hoffman, any of our early followers may remember an Epic Film Guy Joe. He was my old roommate, good friend of mine. We were in a band together. He was a big Potter fan, and he was like, dude, I don't know how you haven't seen these. We're going to sit down and watch them all. At the point, I don't remember where we were at, like how many films had actually come out. I know it wasn't the end yet. But I did watch the second, third, and fourth with him, and that's where I left off. And I really actually enjoyed them from what I remember, but I'm really excited to revisit them. Super, super excited. And part of you guys listening to those Potter episodes, man, you got to listen, because it's going to enter yourself to win the 4K digital code for the entire Harry Potter saga. That's right.
8
all
movies.
of them.
8 movies.
All of them.
Every single month. The poll for Sorcerer's Stone is already up over in the Hobster's Dumpster. Every single correct answer gets you another ticket into that drawing. And then when we do our Fantastic Beasts 2 review, when we do that live, we're going to be drawing to find out who wins not only a digital code for the first Fantastic Beasts, but that big 8-film digital code. It's going to be amazing. So get in and get listening. It's going to be amazing. It's just amazing. I love doing the series. We got to do more special spotlight series like this, I think, because man, this one's a lot of fun already, and I can't wait to really get further into it.
Yeah, man, me too. It's going to be a fun time.
But yeah, let's go ahead. We're going to run into a quick break here. And then when we come back, we've just got a lot of news to tell you guys about as we roll out of the show for the week. So, Justin.
We'll be
8?
Yeah, I guess. Sure. We'll be right back.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Justin. We are the Epic Film Guys, and we'd like just a moment of your time to talk about an extremely important event coming up this May.
Last year, we hosted the Livestream for the Cure, a 12-hour live stream fundraiser where we raised $2,500 for the Cancer Research Institute.
86 cents out of every dollar raised goes to research toward finding a cure.
And this year, we're aiming to smash that goal, and we need your help to do it.
Join us from May 18th through the 20th for 30 hours of amazing live stream content from us and a whole host of amazing podcasters who will be joining us to try to reach $5,000.
For more information, please visit www.livestreamforthecure.com. Together, we can make a difference.
This week in Epic Film History.
In Man of Steel, Jonathan sacrifices himself to protect his son's secret. I believe it teaches Clark that he has to protect himself, and it teaches him that not everyone can be saved. I think it still teaches that same lesson. You know? And at that moment, protecting his mother and himself was more important, and Jonathan made a sacrifice to keep him safe. You know, he talks a lot in this film about Clark's destiny, and whether, you know, good or bad, he's going to change the world. I think his sacrifice is to teach Clark to kind of let go of what he can't change and to focus on the bigger picture. He wants him to be a force for good. He wants him to help, you know, and he just wants to make sure that he and the world are ready for it. He's afraid for his son. He's a dad who's scared for his son. People say he's not Superman. Yes, he is. Okay? The entire film shows him acting in the best interests of humanity, not himself. Okay? He only wants to save and help people, and he saves the entire planet knowing that Zod is going to murder everyone. Okay? He has searched all his life to understand who and what he is and where he comes from. But he knows he can't allow Zod to destroy the world and give birth to a new Krypton. He is hope. He is an ideal to strive toward. Okay? To always work to help others and to save humanity. He's unselfish. He's kind. He only ever acts to save people and protect the world. He turns against Zod. You know, he knew that Zod was already a traitor who had turned on his own people, okay? Before a single punch is thrown in this film, he gives up. He surrenders himself to Zod to protect the world, to try to save the world, okay? Then, when he has no other choice but to fight to protect it, he fights. You know, and some people will say, oh, he's new to it. It was his first day as Superman. I'm not even going to say that. I don't even care about that. It doesn't matter how long he's been on the job. He completely sacrifices himself to save the world, and then he fights to save the world. How is he not fucking Superman? How? This is exactly the embodiment of hope and heroism that I was expecting and that I wanted out of this film.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And Justin, before we roll out on the show tonight, we got a lot of news to talk about, my friend. And right up front, we kind of talk about the live stream for The Cure. Now, less than 2 months away by the time this episode drops. Less than 2 months. Can you believe it? Man, I don't even know. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I can't wait to do it. It's going to be so much bigger. It's so much more intricate than last year's event was. I've got a lot more moving parts this year. I've got a lot more people I'm coordinating with and talking to, and trying to arrange content and do all this different stuff. It's going to be a great event. 30 amazing hours, May 18th through the 20th. The schedule and everything is all up over in the Facebook page. On the event page, you can go check that out. Or Justin, you can now check us out at livestreamforthecure.com.
Whoa. Dude, we're stepping it up for this event. So excited about this.
Huge shout out and thank you to the ever amazing Emily of The Story Behind, who, while I was live on Sunshine and Power Cuts, the Sunshine Summit with Heather, and Emily, just during the event, she's just like, Nick, I just bought you livestreamforthecure.com. So all thanks to her. She's
such a sweetheart.
She did it for epicfilmguys.com as well. We didn't own the domain before Emily bought it, and then redirected it to the Classy Little Podcast website. It's just amazing. She's just absolutely wonderful. So the Cancer Research Institute page is now up, and livestreamforthecure.com redirects to that page, so you can see all the information about this year's event over there on the event page. And Justin, if you have questions about the live stream for The Cure, not only can you go to our Facebook page, but you can also email us directly at livestreamforthecure@gmail.com. Or you can go over to Twitter and you can tweet at livestream4cure. And I set up a Twitter, I set up an email, and we've got the domain. We've got like so much branding going forward to this. And I got to give you the smattering. I gave it to you earlier today over in the patron-only segment, but I got to give it to you again. Hats off on those graphics, man. Those graphics are incredible. Just
Thanks,
great. Dude. I can't wait to get those on stickers, on lunchboxes. Epic Film Guys, the Flamethrower. The kids love this one.
I want it on cereal, man. I want to be eating it that
bed sheets, toilet
every
paper.
morning.
Oh man, it's gonna be. But yeah, the graphics are absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to get that on shirts,
I really
stickers. We've got banners. Adam from Odd Dad Out requested a banner. We're gonna get banners. We're gonna get all sorts of different stuff. We're just gonna keep slapping that logo everywhere. And we really appreciate everybody that's coming out of the woodwork and really wants to help us push and promote the event. We do have a promo. We recorded a promo earlier tonight. It's going to air in this episode somewhere, and I'm going to make that available to anybody who wants to use that promo as well. Please play it during your shows. We will really appreciate it. We'll shout you out. We'll send you some stickers. Fuck it. We'll send you some stickers. Why not? Because we have 1,000 of them. Who cares?
Yeah, dude.
We just appreciate so much everybody that's really stepping up to the plate and wants to be a part of this event or wants to help us promote this event. I know Tomko from Jake and Tom Conquer the World, he's going to be at a Comic-Con and he won't be able to make the event, but he still wants to help us out however he can, still wants to spin that promo for us, which is really great. We've got a lot of people that want that promo. And we didn't do one last year, and I'm really glad we put one together this year, Justin.
Yeah, me too, man. Anything that we can do to raise awareness about what we're doing. Livestream for the Cure 2.0. I'm super pumped that we're actually doing it. I mean, last year was fun, and I'm glad that you put all the effort that you did into it. I know it was stressful for you as well because it was a lot of time, a lot of effort. But this year, you're even taking on a bigger workload. I mean, I don't think we could do it without you, man, because you really have this passion and you're striving forward to make this as big of an event as possible to raise money for this awesome cause that, you know, is something that is very in need. And I couldn't be happier to be a part of it, man. I really couldn't be happier.
Yeah, and we couldn't be happier to have a better partner than once again, who's God love them. And I love all the people that I talk to at the Cancer Research Institute. They're all fantastic people. It's a wonderful organization, but Jesus Christ, their website is just atrocious. It didn't get any better from last year whatsoever.
No.
It's no better. at all. It's just like, come on, guys, really? Like I put up, like they told me they had to deactivate the old page because they couldn't do whatever, because it was set up like last year during that transitional time. So that's why I set up the email address. I was like, okay, well, we have the domain. Why don't I just set up an email address? And I went over there, set up a brand new event page, and it's the exact same page that we had from last year, like layout and everything. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. It's like, but guys, come on, stop it. Just stop. Like, oh my God, but they are a fantastic organization, and they can't afford, like, you know, fancy web people, because 86 cents out of every dollar goes to cancer research. They're not like a lot of these other charities that you pay them $1 and 97 cents of that goes into some CEO's pocket or some overhead or whatever other bullshit, and very little goes to research. 86 cents out of every dollar they raise goes toward research, which is amazing. That's exactly what I wanted when I reached out last year to try to find a charity that we could give to, and I think it's fantastic. So, like I said, more and more and more information is going to be coming faster and faster. If you are a podcaster out there and you've signed up already to take part, stay tuned. Your emails soon, probably within the next week or two. I'm going to be sending a podcaster packet, I'm calling it, which is going to be basically just kind of bullet points about what we're going to do during your segment. And a lot of it is going to be driven by you. You're going to help drive the content because you're going to be that featured programmer. You're going to be that featured podcast for that segment. And we still have a lot of games that we need open slots for. Movie soundtrack trivia and horror movie trivia. We have open slots for those. We have open featured programming blocks. If any other podcasters out there, if you're listening to this right now and you want to be a part of the live stream for the Cure, you want to be on the air, you want to help support us by being live on the show, get over to livestreamforthecure.com or get over to the Epic Film Guys Facebook page. Check out the event. Let us know you want to take part in the event. Emily just signed up for a block the other day. Heather from Sunshine and Power Cuts is going to be there. Paul from the Countdown is going to be with us for a couple of hours. We're doing dick pics, and we're doing a 1-star review with Netflix and Swill. That's going to be really, really fun. We've got Adam Higgins, Odd Dad Out, is going to be joining us for a segment. A bunch of other Movie Pod Squad podcasts are going to be joining us for movie quote trivia, I believe. Steve and Izzy from Everything I Learned from Movies, back again this year. Just so many amazing podcasters out there. We cannot thank all of you enough for wanting to be part of this event. So thank you very much. My hat is off to all of you for how amazing you guys are. Really, it's just amazing, and this is going to be a big one. This is going to be great. I can't wait to knock the fucking doors off of this, man.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to destroy it. We're going to blow it up. We're going to be like all Michael Bay in this shit. We're going to blow up the whole fucking city with this shit, man, for real. Explosions, robots destroying shit. No, not really. But you know what I mean? God. Like, in all seriousness, I'm really pumped for it. It's going to be awesome, dude.
It is going to be awesome. And speaking of which, Justin, speaking of awesome things, you had a chance to go visit one of our Podfix brethren, Podfix Network, which we're proud members of. And we just welcomed, I can't remember the name of the show, Scooby-Doo something.
Scooby-Doo, really?
Yeah,
wow.
It's a podcast where they formed an investigative group because they feel that the people that do like the crimes in the Scooby-Doo episodes were framed. It's like this whole in-character thing that they do. It's supposed to be really cool. I have to check it out. But
that sounds awesome, dude.
Just welcome them over to the Podfix Network. So welcome to them. And I'm sorry I can't remember your name, so don't judge me too harshly for that. I'm a busy man. I'm sorry.
Beat him, hang him, kill him, whip him.
I didn't even push the button for that.
Shoot him.
I didn't even push the button. I didn't even have to push the button.
Yeah, see, I can do it naturally.
You had a chance to visit one of our good friends from the Podfix Network. Tell us about it.
Yeah, man. I had the amazing opportunity and luxury of hanging out with Wes from Via VHS last week.
Fuck you, Wes.
Dude, it was so much fun. Seriously.
You know what? I got a bone to pick with Wes.
Come on, let me talk about my fun before you pick a bone.
I'm just saying, I'm waiting. Go ahead.
The cool thing about Wes is that he's got a long list of movies that you get to pick from before you go on to talk with him. And, you know, I talk a lot of horror. I talk a lot of action movies. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to talk something that rarely gets mentioned in the podcast world. One of my favorite 80s films, Beverly Hills Cop, and we had a fantastic time. We talked about that. We also talked about The Outsiders and the 30th anniversary of Beetlejuice, Tim Burton's Beetlejuice. So yeah, man, fantastic time on the show. And you should go check out that episode. If you're not aware where to find that, it's at Via VHS on Facebook and, of course, every podcatcher, man. But let's hear it. What are you picking bones at? Whose bone you picking?
Right now over on Twitter, Wes is doing this 80s movie tournament. Okay, so it's like this March Madness style tournament where, you know, he's pitting 80s movies against each other in brackets. The winners advance, blah, blah, blah. Get down to the end and they'll crown like the champion of the 80s movies. And matched up in one bracket was Back to the Future 2 and Predator. So we all know how much I love Predator. So it came down to it. The poll received 117 votes, and Back to the Future 2 won by like 1 vote. Legit. And Wes, because Predator Gate, we were calling it on Twitter, Wes was like, no, we have to put up more polls to see who really won, because they were tied so closely, and Twitter doesn't, like, it just rounds off percentages. So it said 50% for each one, even though it was an odd number of votes. So then he kept running polls again and again and again to try to give the win to Predator. And then he was like, he put up another one, and then Predator got ahead by like a few votes, and then he's like, I'm calling it, Predator wins. He retracted it finally. He retracted it because he finally realized that in the original poll, Back to the Future 2 won. But we were, like I said, we were all calling it Predator Gate. Fuck you, Wes. Predator sucks. It lost.
Predator rules.
Leave it
no.
dead in the mud where it belongs.
I don't see how that's possible. I love Back to the Future too. I mean, I love both films. I really do. Like
I think that was the tightest race of the first round.
That's
I think
insane.
It was.
I can't believe that Predator had that much competition from Back to the Future too. I mean, I do love both. It'd be hard for me to pick between the two. That's crazy, man.
The pro-Trump vote got in there for, you know, Future Biff. I think that's what it was.
I mean, to be fair, man, did Robert Zemeckis called a lot of shit with that second film, and man, he definitely called Trump getting in office as president. So,
who gave Trump that fucking sports almanac? God damn it!
On the subject of old retro films, I just want to make this clear on the show. There's a place that is very near and dear to my heart. It is called the Mahoning Drive-In Theater.
Yes.
And I'm going to keep pushing this on the show until they finally hit their goal. This is a place I go every single year. Horrible weather conditions made them lose their iconic vintage marquee sign that is placed outside of this beautiful, amazing vintage drive-in theater. If you've listened to the show before, you know that I go every single summer. Well, that sign was destroyed due to the weather conditions, and they're asking for our help to fix it. Right now, their current goal is $15,000, and thanks to so many of you, ourselves included, they have raised $5,125 as of this moment of recording towards fixing that marquee sign. This is the largest drive-in theater screen in Pennsylvania, and literally the only drive-in theater in the United States that shows only 35 millimeter classic films. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the place to support if you love cinema. So if you're interested in supporting it, even $1, $5, $10, whatever helps, GoFundMe.com/SaveTheMahoning We posted it to our Facebook page. Please check this out. Even if you're just debating on maybe possibly contributing to it, go take a look at it. Check out what the theater is all about.
If you're a patron of the show, you already contributed it to it.
You already did. Yeah. you contributed your money, but this drive-in, again, so special. It's a dying breed in this country, and it's one of the only ones left like it.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Please check that out. Very, very good cause.
If you can,
very, very good.
Please contribute.
All right, and just a few more news items to wrap up the show here. Justin, I had the opportunity to go visit our very good friends over on the Netflix and Swill podcast.
Fuck off, Justin.
Dan, I don't know if that was called for. Justin wasn't even talking about it.
No, I wasn't.
I've been a patron of their show ever since they formed their Patreon. I love those guys. They're two of my best friends, and they're wonderful. And I decided, because they have, you know, rewards like we do for our patrons, they have rewards, and one of those rewards is you can pick something for them to watch. So I decided to make them both suffer through Stephenie Meyer, that's Twilight author Stephenie Meyer's The Host. So I went on their show and we reviewed it for a 1-star review that comes out tomorrow as of recording day, so it'll already be out by the time this episode lands. But my God, did we shit all over that movie. It's basically
not surprised.
Saoirse Ronan talks to herself for 2 hours. That's basically the gist of the movie. Not even kidding. It's fucking terrible. Oh my God. And
I bet you I'd love it.
No, you wouldn't. You really fucking wouldn't. I also had the great opportunity. I hook up with these guys every once in a while. They're 3 Nicks out of Canada from the Nick's Cast, or Fanthropological as they go by nowadays. But I talked about fad foods. I think I mentioned this last week on the show. Things like the McRib and other stuff like that. That should be landing probably in a week or two. I'm not sure in the exact release date for that, but stay tuned for that. And I recorded a special fantasy movie draft with our good friends at So I Married a Movie Geek. Justin was there, Dan from Netflix and Swill. It was just amazing. John from Now in Technicolor, who is just an amazing guy. I fucking love you, John. You're so amazing. We had the opportunity to do a little draft. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with and I got a pretty good list too. I got a really good fucking list in this one. So I really think I think I'm banned from the movie draft. I think winners banned me. That's because you keep bringing that fucking horror community around.
Hey, it's whatever. You guys all think it's if you look at the actual votes, but God. No one wants to actually look at the numbers. It's okay.
Ooh.
No, I think I'm banned. They're a great time. I love the movie drafts. It's one of the funnest things that we do as a podcast.
Please check out right now Star Wars from a certain point of view. So this is Dave from the Super Movie Brothers, Judy from Shaken Not Nerd, and Dan from Netflix and Swill getting together for right now the Podfix Presents show, which is content created by the network for the network, talking all things Star Wars, which is great that Dan's taking part in it, because Dan loves to just say Star Wars is fine. Oh my God. So it's really, really interesting.
Dan.
I listened to the first episode they did, which was really, really good. They just kind of all discussed like their love of Star Wars and like where they're approaching this whole event from, which is really, really cool. So please check that out. Next week on the show, Justin, we're dropping Pacific Rim Uprising.
That's right, we are. And, I'm going to go into it with the most open mind possible. John Boyega, Scott Eastwood.
It does not
necessarily
have fucking Charlie Hunnam in it, so...
That's exactly, dude, literally. Even though the trailers are like, oh, it kind of looks like they're making it look more like a Transformers movie, it's not Michael Bay, and it's not Del Toro, and I mean, I feel like at this point, dude, Del Toro just won the Oscar, his film won Best Picture, we're not going to ever see him make another movie like Pacific Rim, I don't think, at least. We'll see what happens, but I hope it's fun. That's all I'm hoping for. I like John Boyega, so... We'll see what happens, but we will be talking about it.
Show, yep.
Yeah, then, we will. Yeah, dude.
We've got Ready Player One coming in a couple of weeks, and like I said, we won't watch all of the films. I am not committing myself to try to watch every film in the fucking MCU between now and Infinity War. Fuck all that noise. But I don't know. I think we should at least mark the occasion. Everybody else is doing it. Why shouldn't we?
Because we're fucking rebels.
Justin,
okay.
we'll get to shit all over phase 2 of Marvel again, which, Iron Man 3 was in there. Fucking Thor the Dark World.
Can I just say that they suck now and then we can just skip those?
Right.
Let's not say we did,
Oh my God. But yeah, so much fun stuff coming for you guys on the show. Of course, all in the lead up to the live stream for The Cure 2.0. So
2.000. Hang him, kill him, hang him, hit him.
That's the appropriate response.
And don't forget to whip him too. Whip him too.
Forget
Make
to
sure
whip
you
him.
whip him. Yeah.
But you guys are amazing out there. Everybody that listens. I was just looking through our stats on Podbean, Justin, during the last break. And we have over the past 3 months, 5% of our listening audience is in Ireland. Hello, Irish listeners. Welcome. You guys are amazing.
How did you find out about us? I love you all, but how the hell?
Idea. I figured we would have probably... Haven't we just insulted everybody by this point? Why is everybody... I don't know. But we love you.
Maybe the Irish... They like how we insult everybody. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. But
They're pretty thick-skinned, man.
Ireland, we've got Ireland, of course, Australia, and the UK, 2 huge markets for us as well. Huge thanks to Paul and Wayne from the Countdown, because I know we're as big in Australia as we are because of those guys, which is absolutely amazing. And we've got a lot of great friends over in the UK. It's amazing. The Master Debaters, those guys are fucking hilarious. I love them. I'm so glad that they stepped in and took over the show and then literally shit all over movies that we love.
I know, right? Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Damn it. Oh, man. This has been a lot of fun, Justin. But it's time to say goodbye.
It is. Yeah, man. So thanks again to each and every one of you every single week that supports the Epic Film Guys podcast, that listens to us week in and week out when we're good, when we're bad, when we suck dick. I had to throw it in there because I said that we weren't going to talk about it in this episode. But yeah, there it is. There's the one time we're going to say it on the show.
Not to even push the button.
There's the one time.
Then he had to say it.
No, that's the one time I'm going to say
so
it.
Close.
But no, for real.
We mentioned we mentioned dick so few times in this episode. Like, I feel like we were trying to balance some cosmic scale, and one side of the scale just had a lot of dongs on it, and the other side didn't have any. And now
Are they
you just
chopped off,
it.
though?
Now you just threw another dong in there.
No, but for real, though, we do love you guys, and we wouldn't do what we do without you.
That's true.
We love you.
You guys are fucking amazing. Get ready for more news. Livestream Figure 2.0. It's going to be big. Dude. It's going to be bad. It's, well, badass. Not bad. No.
Bad the fucking ass. Destructive. Explosive.
You sucked his dick.
I did not.
You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you all very, very much for listening to the show. And as always, Justin, we will see you
at the movies.
I sucked his dick. No.
Was a podcast from the Podfix Network. You can check out more shows like it at podfixnetwork.com.